Hello, everybody. Celia Waterhouse here. Thank you for joining us at OnPoint Mentors. We have Alison Davies here today. Alison is a transformational trainer. She's been trained in NLP, timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, and she especially likes working with busy working women. Turning that inner critic into raving fans. Now, Alison, welcome, first of all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
You're not going to hypnotize me during the session,
No,
right?
no. You can't be hypnotized unless you want to. So
Okay, good. Just had to get that out in the open.
as I'm sure many others do, right? My son or my husband often says, like, don't hypnotize me. And I'm like, I can't. But if you suddenly feel the desire to vacuum, it wasn't me.
So I'm just going to ask you one question today. And that question is, if you could share one piece of advice with your clients on how to manage their emotions during this crazy, divisive world that we're living in today, what would that be?
And that, I think, is such a valid question. And so many people are experiencing that with the fear, the anger, the frustration, all of that stress right now. And it's really all about slowing down and really stepping back from the picture. And if you're finding you're, not sleeping, you're really short with people, family, colleagues, any of that, it's a matter of remembering to fill up your cup first. Because when we're in that chaotic mindset that happens, we put ourselves last. And we can't really effectively help others or do stuff for others to our best ability if we're empty. I often like to compare it to like a champagne tower. And
I like
we
that.
all love champagne. And you are on the top and it trickles all down. And so when your cup fills up, that's when you can then give to your family and your kids and your husband, and then to your extended family, which includes, parents and extending out, and then community and work. And I think many of us have that upside down. We give to work and community and everything. And then we give to our kids or husband or significant others that we have at home. And then the dog comes before and, it goes and goes and goes. And then you're like, I'm exhausted. I don't have time for me. And when we do that, then we're able to really step in and calmly go into what we need to do so that we can focus. Because when we're in that chaotic state, you can't think outside the box. And that's what this time needs. It really needs for you to step out of the box. So when you release the fear and this anxiousness and anxiety and all of those lovely negative emotions, then you can step in and be the real you. And that's what I love doing, is helping women release all of that guilt, anger, sadness, and shame, and all of these things that tack on, and the limiting beliefs that we can't do it. Like, to be honest, at one point, I didn't think I could be doing this, like be interviewed, be on video camera, and as soon as I released that limiting belief, limitless possibilities opened up. And I want other women to experience that too.
So, okay, you talk about filling our cup up first. I know, speaking to a lot of women, they're like, well, how can I? The safety of my children depend on me. My household will fall apart. I have no time to fill my cup up or put that oxygen mask on first. How do you advise those women to take a step back and fill their cup up first? I mean, what practical steps can they take?
It's definitely scheduling it in. And I have found the most successful people that I've worked with, and myself included, because whatever I recommend is what I'm doing as well, is to do it first thing in the morning.
Okay.
And from a hypnosis perspective, you know, that time right when you're waking up, like, why not utilize it? It's a tool that's phenomenal. So, right when you're waking up and you're kind of groggy, your unconscious mind is listening to whatever you say. So, if you say what you want, then that is more likely what's going to happen. And you're going to think about all the things that you're grateful for at that moment. I also recommend to think of one person who really needs for you to be at your A game today. Because when you're thinking about it from that perspective, then you start thinking about how can I help? Because women love to help, if you like it or not sometimes, right? We are going to help you. So if you're putting it from that perspective, and another really amazing, powerful technique is as you're going to sleep, you know, that time when you're almost unconscious, you're like totally out of it. So consciously you're sleeping, your unconscious mind doesn't sleep. So you, at that moment, think of how you want things to be. It doesn't matter that your house is a disaster. It doesn't matter all the stress or all the crap that happened that day. You're still going to envision how you want it. Because what happens is your unconscious mind doesn't sleep because it's responsible for the body and all those things. So it's going to repeat that message over and over and over all night long while you're sleeping, looking for ways to come up with that solution for it. So it's the most amazing, powerful technique that everyone can do right now.
So can you give us an example of, okay, going to sleep, you're in that state, you're almost out. Give me a specific example of how you should ask yourself and what should you visualize, or, you know, just an example.
Yeah, no, definitely. For instance, that the next day, all the people that I had connected with, they're going to be quickly enrolling for my program, as an example, right? Like, I'm visualizing that I'm attracting all the ideal clients and all the people that are excited for change and want it right now and all in. And I'll even give faces, you know, pretend like I see the Zoom picture of me speaking with all my students or, you know, one-to-one clients. So it's really the more specific you can get. Now, your unconscious mind does not speak in words. So if you can create a picture in your mind, that is worth its weight in gold. And the kicker is you want to see yourself in the picture, like you're seeing yourself on a movie, not through your own eyes. Because if you see it through your own eyes, like I've known some people that when I was first starting out, that's what they recommended to do. But your unconscious mind believes that it's already happened and it won't go after it. So it's like you need to see yourself in the movie. So, you know, I'll definitely be picturing all these people, and I'll put a specific number because specific is terrific, right? So it'll put a specific number. And before you know it, if I do that every night, all of a sudden, all these clients or students will be coming because I'm changing my vibrational energy to be what I want, not what I don't want.
And how do you knock out the voice in the head that says, oh, I'm too afraid to do that. Oh, that Zoom thing with 50 clients or 100 or 1,000 clients scares me. How do you knock that fear out?
Well, and there's various steps, and I go through with each client because each one's going to be a little different on how it comes out, depending on how long that limiting belief is. And there's definitely some amazing, cool tips and tricks and everything that I do with clients or that I teach other people to do to pull it out a lot quicker. Because I don't believe anyone should be living with that whole mindset or a lack, you know, of the mindset of what they want. You know, the law of attraction is working all the time. Is it getting what you want or what you don't want? It's working. And some of us are attracting what we don't want a little too often. So then that's just a little shift that can happen. And sometimes it can just be a shift in perspective.
Wow. I cannot wait to see you in action, but you cannot hypnotize me.
No, I won't unless you want it.
Unless I-
It was cool because the other night I did do a session with actually a corporation, and I was talking about how productive they're going to be and all of those things that, you know, employers want their employees to be, as well as yourself, and how to do it in a carefree, stress and build belief. And I found the next morning myself by 7 a.m. I had done so much, and I'm like, what is different today? And I was like, oh, right. I hypnotized, and my unconscious mind was listening, was like, yeah, let's go for this.
Oh, wow. Well, you're going to have to do that on camera, recorded, so other people can watch it and we can all just feel more efficient the next day.
Definitely.
Will you do that for us?
Oh, I would love to, because I benefit too. So it's all good.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us today, Alison. I really appreciate all your wisdom and for you sharing your knowledge. That was fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
See ya.